All right. Happy New Year, everyone. It is 2025. If you're on the East Coast, or by the time most people are watching this, depending where you're watching right now, it's going to be 12 a.m. January 1st, 2025, where I live in 7 minutes. So why not do a stream? And I don't know how long we're going to go today because, well, I get work in the morning doing snow removal. Wonderful Canada. It's crazy how much monoatomics looks like snow. It's like a little snow globe. But yeah, gotta be up at 6 a.m. So we'll probably not make this one too long, but shout out first to Mike Does down in Florida, my man, hooking me up with the extra spot on his StreamYard so I can finally multi-stream again and be back for all of you and with all of you. And yes, thank you, Tracy. I do believe 2025 is going to be my year and cryptocurrency in general. And I think that is actually hopefully going to be the key to my big success and all of our success. But cryptocurrency is, well, coming online in the mainstream financial systems now is the big thing. Like, for instance, I was actually just talking to Blake Lemoyne. Shout out Blake Lemoyne. We're going to be doing another stream with Blake pretty soon. And he's going to be doing a whole new stream with Zertis tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to join in, but chances are Andreas, brother Zertis, is still out in the EU, specifically in Austria now from Germany. So it's probably going to be early, so I'll probably be working, so I'll just be watching while I'm shoveling snow. But point being, Blake Lemoyne and Zertis, two really great guys. And that when I was talking to Blake earlier, I was talking about crypto projects, and that, I'm going to be having Zertis on as a partner in one of the main first meme coin projects that we're going to launch. But Blake was asking, he's like, well, what's like the real value of crypto? Like, name me a military that uses crypto. And I was like, okay, well, there's the DAG crypto, DAG constellation. It is a ledger based, and I believe it's DARPA creation. They use it for some of their military economics and payments to the subcontractors and so forth. He's like, no, but like, what's the actual like military that gets paid in crypto? And I was like, oh, well, actually, now there is in Ukraine the digital Hryvnia, or whatever their currency is called. They've actually turned it into a CBDC, that is a central bank digital currency, and they now actually pay their soldiers and all of their government employees and people of the country through this digital CBDC, and it is issued and used on the XLM Stellar Ledger blockchain. And yeah, he's like, wow, didn't know that. That's actual money. And it's like, yeah, it's actually coming, and it's actually here, and it's the future is now, and we are now in 2025. And like it or not, crypto regulation is coming, but crypto mass adoption is happening, and such things as XRP, the Ripple ledger, now launching its RULSD, so the Ripple US dollar stablecoin. It's actually officially regulated, approved by the US, I guess the regulator, the SEC, I think. But either way, legal now happening, as well as the MiCA regulations out of the EU, another crypto regulatory standard going into implementation, and thus the Tether US stablecoin now being delisted from all the crypto exchanges throughout Europe. But it's a slow process that they're trying to do it stably. They're stably trying to regulate these stable coins. And that Ripple has now invested a whole bunch into, or sorry, not Ripple, Tether, which is USDT, US stablecoin. It's an ERC20 blockchain or code. What that means is that it is a smart contract in the Ethereum virtual network generation, and then it is now compatible with all the other main crypto blockchains that have become ERC20, or this smart contract generated to the multi-chain thing. And that a few years ago, when I first got into the crypto, this was all else. And that is where I have been the last month, is spending a ridiculous amount of time researching, getting back into using the crypto markets, the currencies, the wallets, the Web3. What does it all mean? I will finally be doing some episodes on that coming up in the next week or two, but that is for 2025, and so is this. But we're looking back at 2024. And in 2024, we found out a bit more of the Medicine Hat Badland Guardians, and face. There's also this lion one, the Birdman, and then this looks like a totem pole of first the Moai in the light blue and the dark blue, kind of like this Aztec or eagle style morphic face. This one, sadly, the marker is blocking the main part of the face, but it's the Aztec headdress individual face. And then we have what looks like an elongated skull head over here. And then across the Plain Valley there, the main figure mech face to the right, this other face here, potential other face here, and then there's also two more additional faces above in this one, and that it all seems like a very, very massive terraformed site, which I will be going back to in 2025, and that we will finally be doing a public meetup, drone expedition, try to get shout out Wandering Wolf, Michael Collins, try to plan it with Tim. Hopefully he'll be able to make it up, and we'll be doing several sites of the Alberta Battle, which is a World UNESCO site, which has all sorts of petroglyphs ranging in age from just a couple hundred to over 10,000 years that they've been dated. And what I believe, when I took these pre-cataclysm style, like Egyptian, Mesopotamian, Babylonian, all throughout well, Africa, Middle East, and even Eurasia, this former pre-cataclysm polygonal megalithic structural works, and specifically that this site, writing on stone, it's these hoodoos, what they call badlands, basically anything labeled badlands seems like it's a former wasteland from the previous cycle and is cataclysmic. And it's these parallel lines that literally separate the sandstone into giant polygonal blocks. And is it all a massive construct and construction? And pains me through Malta and showing these similar ancient styled massive terraformed constructs over in Europe and the Mediterranean, and that there's the limestone layers, both red and white, as well as the sandstone. Shout out pro down in use these style of runes and potential former flood, former cataclysm mega structures and mega civilization. All right, so right here, this also, and shout out to Michael Collins, again, Wandering Wolf, and all the sites around the world that he's documented what are called the cart ruts. This one, not so much resembling the standard cart rut, but it is, I'll be showing more. That it's ancient things, and that he also has been collecting evidence that that's exactly what it is, and that in the sandstone here, the original ones, much more eroded due to them being sandstone, and it's much more susceptible to erosion over these other examples of the cart ruts that are in other harder, denser, more preserved rocks like limestone, and I also believe there's also some in it's not quartzite. I'm gonna have well, anyways, don't know off the top of my head which minerals it is in, but when I talk to Mike next, just been exchanging emails with him. We're planning another stream here. Should be uh, in China, in Lebanon, and he's investigated so many of them, also down in South America. But what we're looking at here, well, this just it could be anywhere in West Asia, East Asia. No, and what is like that resembles a pyramid? No, like these resemble the huts or the cave cities of Cappadocia in Turkey, and then are there astral alliance of these upon kilometers miles on miles. And is there, well, there's documented caves throughout it, and there's documented habitation and continued ancient to very recent history of areas, the resistance of the natives conquering RCMP and British Crown, and I believe on the American side as well, American government against the natives. The natives continued to live and hide out in these Badlands, specifically this exact site, and that the most recent petroglyphs that were left and carved in here depicted the battles of the natives against the mounted horse police force and army of Canada against them. And so what that the official geology archaeology narrative is that all of these holes in these different Badlands sites were made by the swallows. The birds carved them out to nest them. Yet, clearly, you can see that the swallows actually build outside of the sandstone using mud and grass and sticks and whatnot. They make their nests on the outside. They build and construct them. They never bury in. They are not responsible for any of the actual ruins and infrastructure from previous habitation of people. All right. What else to show here? Oh, there's swallows. Outside of the cliffs, sorry. Rabbit. And here, a massive underground cave that went far when I stuck my head down looking, the flashlight in all the way underground towards the main cliff rock face, but then also it connected into the river. So is it natural, or is it remnants of something that was constructed and far more ancient? And this one very, very, very and always the parallel breaks or builds, cuts, not sure, very suspect. There's several stories tall, like you can see here in the foreground, compared to how large they are in the background. Oops. Here we go. Watch a little the hoodoo system. Oh, thank you, Provo. Happy New Year. Bless you, sir. appreciate the support, my man. And for those that don't know, go subscribe to Provo. Provo always doing amazing streams. Great channel, great work. And shout out Mike Does, my man, making it possible for me to be doing this multi-stream right now. Sunny Sandu, that is correct. This is Southern Alberta. This is the UNESCO site, ancient site of sorry if it's glitching out and freezing. And like I said, it goes on for tens of kilometers, miles on both sides of the Milk River. And every which way, there's the lines absolutely everywhere, just eroded from, thousands, tens of thousands of years, as well as surviving, going through some sort of initial cataclysm. Again, you can see the parallel layers throughout. And were all of these different holes carved by indigenous people, but using for shelter, you'd put wood in there, then you'd make structures out of it for roofs, walls, tents, etc. After, like, more recently, and then what eroded carvings everywhere, and just so similar to Cappadocia area in Turkey. And there's like Darren Kuyu and all of these massive underground carved cities, ancient cities, and then as well in the Badland Hills, these what I think are eroded ancient structures, what they say are carved out but probably built in habitations and cities with and um, homes of. But then it also, there's the same in Iran. There's some of the same in Iraq. There's some the same like in Egypt, Tunisia. They're everywhere, and they're also throughout Canada, the U.S., and of course South America. And they don't allow drones over this area, but I actually connected, shout out to my man Ron, whose brother, One Toxic Planet, shout, happy 2020 here. 12:17. I missed the fireworks, but that's okay because I'd rather be here with all of you and sharing and discussing what's to come in 2025. And we will be doing a full trip to this site as well as the Medicine Hat Badlands. Oops, wrong button. My apologies. Okay. Next share. Well, it's having issues on stream. It's showing so on my computer. Anyways, okay. So this guy right here, I wasn't the one that labeled this or made this photo, but officially by the Ferrum Foundation, it's the Aztec warrior headdress individual, and right off the main road that goes through this area. And here is what I found when I went there. And what do we have here that I have? It consistent terraces. They were about, I think, 1.5 meters between each one, and or half a meter. I mean, I forget. And we will be the feather in that feathered headdress, and you can see these massive terraces consistent throughout, and that this is now the backside of the head, also covered in these terraces. I talked to the farmer, the owner, or the rancher of this land. He laughed at me. He's like, "That's just natural stuff. It's been here forever." And I was like, "No, no, it's not." Giant faces, generational family that built it has no idea and said that it's been there forever. So here, this is the extended feather of this feathered headdress. The entire hillside on both sides, these parallel constructed terraces covering from top to bottom. Sorry, the fogginess or blurriness. It was massive forest fires in the area when I went there in 2023 June. And then here's another hillside, more on the front of the so for reference, look at. Uh-oh. Did I freeze it? So there's this guy, but we were going with. I don't even have the example there. My bad. All right. Anyways, this guy right here. So this face, this head, and this feathered headdress here, that is the area that we've been looking at. Then there's all, so that we can document that the terraces go all the way over to this guy's face, and that some of the terraces I showed were also on this hill here, long-nosed birdman and the totem moai face here to this area. And Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year, John Boy Cat from Spain, Only Truth, Jessica, JT, Michelle, Barnhill, Irma B, one Bueno, Provo, my man, Sonny Sandu, Howard Artid, Logan Rosthrod, Tracy, Martin Vandever, Wakebone, and if I missed anyone, I'm RJ. All right. Happy 2025 to everyone. Here are all right. Oh, just got a message, David Stig Hansen and Hans Dietrich. Happy New Year to both of you, my friends. And we will and of course David Stig Hansen, my man Stig, both down on the West Coast and talking about other ancient anomalous sites and explorations. Stig, of course, going to the Eye of the Sahara, Eye of Africa several times. And is it the ancient lost city of Atlantis? The evidence seems so. And Stig has been compiling a lot of it. And here we are, another part of the valley of these faces of the Medicine Hat Badland Guardians and more terraces. There's it just constructed ancient terraces, macro terraforming, building these specifics that show and turn into the faces that are the geoglyph sites of the Medicine Hat Badland Guardians. These two guys right here, specifically the long head Birdman man of Easter Island there. And then you got the Moai figure here and the other angry devil-like figure there, a totem style. And then, of course, the warrior, the Olmec, different faces. Oops. And of course, we will be doing more alchemy lessons. I don't know if that was scrolling or showing. Hopefully, you guys saw the different pictures that I was describing. Right? So we will be doing Badlands work in this year, 25. And this is right outside Medicine Hat, Alberta, and southern Alberta. And then also right outside Medicine Hat, Alberta. Or sorry, we're going to continue with Medicine Hat Badlands site. So right here, what appears to be another potential face. This is also in the same valley. And then in the same valley. So this dot is covering up that headdress one that I was showing, but you have the long-nosed Birdman, the Moai figure, the other figure, and then what is this? A lion mask style figure, potentially. And then closer up of these guys, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one. And then potentially this being a face here, this one potentially. And of course, right face, the other face, potential other head and face, and then these two face masks. So they're like different cultural masks of the ancients, warriors, and totems, and that all of that style of artwork and features of the different indigenous tribes around the world are of that time frame, all known that art the same as what this is. So it's like the chances of it just being pareidolia all in one site, it's insanity that you could have that many different faces of the different art styles and it being totem styles of the different indigenous masks and faces of those peoples of those times. Sorry, that the chances, the odds of it are just, it's too insane and ridiculous. Look, you can even see like the ear here, the eye, eyebrow, the head of the elongated, the nose, the mouth, right? Like, and that's on the other side of the road. So one mask that just has been taken so from so many angles at so many times of the year. It just constantly shows up. And so it doesn't matter what time of year, what angle, what time of day, you always get these faces. So it's more than pareidolia. There, that one here, the face at the top northern part of the picture, or the features of the valley. And here you can see labeled troll wearing helmet or whatever, but that same one. And that it over and over again, these structures, these artworks, these massive terraformed geoglyphs of the ancients remain and are there. And right there's the same guy right there. It's pretty undeniable, I would say, at this point. And oops, wrong way. So face, 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 different ones. All right, so now we're showing some pictures. I believe this is in the Europe. Pyramid. This, I believe, is a pyramid or pyramidal structure, megalithic, and this is along the Crow's Nest Pass, the Highway 3, and it is about 100 kilometers west of maybe 150, maybe miles of Medicine Hat, but along the same area. So here we have potential Pyramid Mountain. And then here, South Africa, Michael Tellinger showing a pyramid mountain hill structure. Two pictures of what it looks like. Oops. And then compared to this guy, very similar. I don't know. More research needs to be done. And we will be going back here in 2020. Professional drones for recording and have the licensing to go anywhere and film anything. And that is going to be a key part of what we are doing and what we will be doing there. Okay, what else do I have to show? Let's go back to writing on stone, which is also in the same area, just southwest of the Medicine Hat Badland Guardians, and writing on stone. Right, so they claim, well, I believe these are, why were they always in like tents? It's because they were refugees. What do you always find refugees in? As tents. And it documented that they were refugees at this point fighting a war against the occupation. So were there more permanent structures actually in these Badlands? They try to claim it's geology, but no, it's massive megalith and polygon, a outpost because they couldn't fully conquer this area of the rebellion, where we are here in these formations. And what are they? Are they actually ancient underground built sites? And that, shout out to my mom right there. But behind on the southern side, if the video plays. Okay, zooming in onto that side. Here, not in this video. It's another one that I go in and shop from on at the Badlands and these structures, whether natural or built before, is the question. They really do resemble. So there you go, just for scope. Someone sitting on top of one of them, that is the size. Like, they're absolutely huge, and they're known to have caves and tunnels throughout them. Is there underground cities in them? It's like Cappadocia, it's like Persia, it's like anywhere in the Middle East, in Asia, in Europe, in the States. They're everywhere. And again, you can see the swallows on the outside building with sticks, grass, and mud. Their nests, they do not burrow into the sandstone. These are not made by animals, whatever it is. And it really does appear like underneath that it's blocked. On top, that it is covered too, right? So what is actually buried underneath? And is there, Darren Kuyu city, being hidden right underneath there inside these, that's just waiting to be dug out and discovered? And is it the same in the Grand Canyon? Is it the same in Moab, Utah? Is it the same in Colorado, Garden of the Gods? Is it the same in Montana, Giants Playground? Just like it is in Iraq and Iran and Yemen and everywhere that there seems to be instability and war for some reason. Very strange. But that resembles an ancient Asiatic house, right? Like, there's lots of what look like pyramids, lots of what look like bricks everywhere, lots of what look like eroded statues, and massive megalithic sandstone polygonal blockwork. So here you can see, like, it goes up and in and behind, and they go on for miles and kilometers upon kilometers and miles. So I'm looking to go back here in the summer of 2025 and spend at least 3 to 4 days explanations, the boat rides up the river to the different ancient geoglyphs. The other one, anyways, the carvings, seeing the ancient writings in the different stones, the official tours, as well as doing my own hikes and drone work throughout the whole valleys and sites, and see what we can uncover. And that there's an extremely nice campground that's based out of right next to the river here at Milk River at Writing on Stone, that if you want to come join and be part of the exploration, you know, and anyone is free to join and come along and be part of it. But be forewarned, it is dangerous. There's rattlesnakes. It's wild. It is desert-like conditions, as well as a decent-sized river, and flash floods can happen. All sorts of dangers. It can be perilous. You gotta be an outside person and know what you're doing. It's not just gonna be a walk in the park, even though it's literally a walk in a national UNESCO park. So, on that note, 20 minutes to Pacific West Coast, midnight 25. Happy Milk River here, and that it is a public campground, and just beautiful, beautiful spot. And what else is hiding, right? Like, clearly there is more to be uncovered and discovered. And is this an ancient pre-cataclysm site, as I suspect? And shout out to Tartarian Truth, Chen Jacobs. We will be having Chen back on the channel very soon, but his awards with Luongo yesterday, hilarious. So, yes, you too. Anyone can join for just $10,000. Yeah, you just need Billy or the trip to the Badlands with Bernie. $10,000. No, no. I'm not grifting like that. This meetup, reserve as many campsites as possible there, or just anyone publicly, aim for June and call yourself and book at the campsite. And it's only like $40, I think, Canadian a night. It's like that's Canadian, so that's like 25 American. It's cheap. Yes, $25 a night. You can join us, not 2,500 like all the other places, but yes. All right. So it is affordable. Shout out Missouri Mudflood Research. Michelle, Mr. Obvious, Jessica, One Toxic Planet, Rider, G, I think Auntie, Queenie. I think I've called out everyone. All right, let's continue on. And just such a super suspect site. But beautiful, mystic, mystery, magical, marvelous, miraculous. Here you got some steps from the campground into the side of the Milk River. There's also actually a really nice flat sand beach, also at the campsite along the Milk River on the eastern facing side. And here we go, some more. What is that? That looks pretty megalithic polygonal sandstone block work. No, like it's very, very suspect site, to say the least. Pyramidal style, polygonal styles, blocks everywhere, caves throughout, what look like carvings, what look like faces. Very magical. And of course, right, there's literally what look like that's cave. That's an definitely probably was inhabited not too long ago. Like that is Cappadocia in Canada. That is a face. That is potentially a face. That is definitely carved out whole, like home shelter need to question, is this natural? Like it looks sphinxish almost. Face with a headdress. I don't know. It's suspect. Very, very suspect. Pyramidal style, temple styles. Is it the lost global ancient Vedic, potentially, civilization, as Walter Bosley postulates and presents? And I also suspect so, potentially. And shout out to Walter Bosley and Lagrim. Going to be doing another collaboration with them very soon. As got a few different projects, episodes on the go with him that we're planning. And shout out to Blake Lemoyne, Andreas Sertis. Going to be doing an episode with them very soon. Got to announce, been starting contact with Malcolm Bendel, and that we will be scheduling an episode of Real Science with Malcolm Bendel right away. As well as finally have Mehran Kesh interview with KFSSI, Keshi Foundation, Iranian second or third generation nuclear physicist, Mehran, the GANs and the plasma coils, the Magrav coils, talking with him at the same time as Rick Cramond, Mr. Fix Rick, will be together with Mr. Kesh. Shout out to Michael Collins, Wandering Wolf. Going to be doing an episode with him in the coming weeks here. Going to be doing an episode with Gerald again right away. WPG Enlightened for Truth 2. We got also Paranoid American coming up for another episode. We'll be doing more Woo Woo Wednesdays with Hans Dietrich. We will be doing more episodes with at Stig, David Stig Hansen, Tartarian Truth, Shem Jacobs. Also, of course, Alien Scientist. We will be doing a lot more with Jeremy Reese, the alien scientist who had on Jack Sarfati earlier tonight. And I'm glad that Jeremy pressed Jack on debating Sal Pius, and that I believe Jack basically just, capitulated and admitted defeat to Sal Pius because he was like, he's going to kill you through a digital, video call debates. Like, there's no the physical possible way. Thus, you must have been metaphorically speaking and admitting through double speak that you cannot debate Sal because he will metaphorically kill you in the debate and let out that, secret sauce of how we get that anti-gravity free energy and plasma orb, through the breaking the Schwinger limit. Apparently, going way more into that in 2025 as well. And shout out to Ashton Forbes and Sal Pius and Jack Sarfati, because old Jack, you got to give it to him. He's paid his dues. He's been a lifetime CIA. His mind works and his life works. And, of course, you have to take everything he says with a grain of salt, but at the same time, he's very genuine and passionate in a lot of ways. And we're all just schmucks in Jack's non-existent ether because he says it's all Einsteinian relativity applicable. And who knows? It's probably both. There's probably many different ways, many different breakthrough technologies that are outside the current understanding of mainstream suppressed physics and science. All right. We're an hour in. We're 9 minutes away from New Year's on the West Coast. Happy 2025, everyone. And thank you all for your heartfelt, words of supports and messages. Be going back to this site for sure this year in 2025. And anyone can join for, I think, like 40, maybe 50 Canadian if there's inflation that night there. And right by the Milk River, you'd probably have to fly into Calgary or drive up through Montana, or you just take the Crow's Nest number 3, the Southern Highway across Canada. Once cross over to get there. And look at that, another what seems like eroded car, and there's just so many of them here, every which way you look. Is there a carved out underground city within it, underneath this place? I suspect so. And again, another one. When you get the best shadows that show the most definition, the solstices and the equinoxes, the shadows of the sun and the moon on these ancient carvings and faces, as well as the alignments of all the different towers and holes. So I guess what I need to do now. So basically, if you want to come, you book it. We will go. I will be there for the summer solstice. I'm going to commit to it now. We will do the summer solstice. What is that? June 21st, right? Or no, May? Oh, God. June. Yeah. June solstice. Summer solstice. That, around that time, for several days, we will make sure we are here, we film it, and that is when we will go. So, for $10,000 American, you can send me and get you in, or for $50 Canadian or cheaper, whatever they charge summer solstice, because that is when we are going to go for the specific purpose of catching those shadows and the images of the faces. So, yeah, there we go. We're going to make it the summer solstice of 2025, 6 months from now, as it literally just was the winter solstice. And I need to go take some pictures of certain sites right now. I missed the exact day, but it's still close, so you can still get it close. But we will be here June, I will say 19th to 23rd or something. Will be the goal, and yeah, let's do it. We're doing it. If you want to be there, send me $10,000 and I'll book it for you, or just call the UNESCO site of Writing on Stone Park, Alberta. Yeah, so you can do it yourself, or I can act like a grifter and do send me all the money in the world. Just kidding. Yeah. Really, and to own professional high definition drones, as well as the licensing to be able to hopefully, we got to apply with the park ahead of time, but they're used to doing all of that so that we can actually get overhead drone footage of this, because it is fascinating, it is beautiful, it is majestic, and I suspect it is ancient and anciently intelligently constructed. Like, looks like face totems everywhere. But I'm just one pareidolia individual. But we're going to put it to the test on the summer solstice and the shadows that are cast. And I guarantee all of these faces are going to have such mind blowing definition that intelligently constructed and still has alignments to this day. Like, look at that. We got faces everywhere. And you got just these same parallel lines of what look like polygonal structuring megalithic blocks throughout. Yep. A face and a face and what looks like a house and a totem and a face and another face. And I see faces everywhere. Everywhere. I see blocks everywhere. Like, oops. Like, looks like sandstone megalithic block. I don't know. Don't our ground penetrating radar done on this, but that will come hopefully after what we expose this summer solstice, June 2025. Writing on stone. Uncovering a buried, lost, advanced, ancient civilization on the border of Montana and Alberta. You want to be there. You want to come. But don't be too many that I can't book a spot yet. My God. I should have probably called them, made sure they were, well, I don't even know if they're open at this point because it's Canada. They're shut down for 6 months, but I'm going to have to go online and see. But all of you online watching right now, don't do it ahead of me, because if y'all book the place up before I get a spot, well, guess you're going to do it without me. But anyways, we'll make it work. It's going to be great. It is a great spot. And it's back to spot. Site. No, it's deer. Definitely deer. Oh, deer. Oh, we got a deer. Oh, dear, I see a face there. Oh, dear, I see a face there. And I see one there. And we go for the summer solstice to test my thesis of the astronomical solar alignment properties of some of the tops and the holes and whatnot. It's like, ooh, park boundary. But what's behind? Way better stuff. So we're going to take the drone over top of the private areas, and it's like there's way more suspect stuff on the private properties. It's just ridiculous. Like, all right. Well, that's the end of that one. And we'll show this little one right at the entrance of writing on stone. Like, look at that. Another perfect face. Another perfect face. They're all at the top. They're all over. It's just they're everywhere. So we will be going for that. Oh yes, there's many petroglyphs. That's the word, petroglyphs. And part of what we will be doing, or I'll be doing while I'm there, is actually taking the official park trips of the tours of the different petroglyph sites, because there are like hundreds, if not thousands, and that lots of them are dated to several thousand, and then the oldest ones are tens of thousands of years. Great point and question, Mike. That is exactly it, and yeah, it's notably inhabited for at least 10,000 years. One of supposedly the oldest sites in North America, but that I believe that statement is both right, but that it's actually older than what they're claiming, and that it's a pre-cataclysm, just like what I believe the Grand Canyon Pyramid Complex site is like. And that is something hopefully I will be able to do and explore in 2025 with brother David Stiggs and well, probably many more. But Stig wants me to come down to California if cryptocurrency doesn't go into a bear market and continues in a bull market. I will be able to afford it, and or if I get my settlements for the class action lawsuit that I am a part of against Purdue, supposed June go down after we do writing on stone in southern Alberta and actually explore this site with Stiggs and go into the Grand Canyon. And I will play a little part of caves that go throughout, and that all the indigenous tell their creation stories of these underground cities directly in this location.
Okay, look at that. I'm looking at it right now. Now, to me, that's very symmetrical. There's a little bit of a thing, but there's all these.
Pausing it here, because like, look at the faces as well in this site, and this is the Grand Canyon compared to what I just showed of the Badlands of Writing on Stone, Milk River, southern Alberta. And chat, let me know. I guess the sound is working, or you'd say it's muted on this video.
These curves, these little amphitheaters carved in there. To me, you know, okay, when you back out a little bit, it looks even more natural.
That's the monkey head for sure.
But like, wow, all those pumping water in there. Like the Colorado River right there. Yeah, it is going east-west like you were showing me.
And like, look at this. This is a complete rectangle, what looks like the top of a pyramid or base of a pyramid right there. And they try to claim that water somehow eroded a perfect rectangle by more perfect rectangles. Like, it doesn't make actual geologic sense. And if you envision this with halfway filled with water, it makes a lot more sense. And like you said, it's millions of years of erosion, and there definitely was some sort of massive catastrophe, whether it was nuclear war, solar outburst, like the pole reversals, who knows, but something massive also damaged, destroyed, and wiped out civilization. Like, that looks like a castle.
Well, you know what I just visited in California was the Sutter's Butte, right? Sutter's Butte.
Yes, sir.
And it had, that just doesn't make sense at all. I think that was a middle of this Central California. That secondary thing about all those walls, well, that's more, I think, maybe 1,000 years ago, but still, they try to say the Chinese were doing that. It's a total. Now here, the Grand Canyon, I've got a mound that's totally carved out of one of the top of the plateaus. It's so obvious. And then you look at the surrounding area. I believe they were doing quarrying. They were polygonally.
Google Earth, you want to show some of that?
Let's see. Think about the best way to know that. When I pop it open, then it takes me a long time. You know, really the best thing is Google. Why don't you do it? I'll go to my Facebook page.
My computer will crash if I open other links.
No, I don't want to sit there and be searching. And I do know I have it ready, and I could probably find it pretty quick. That's why I did the Facebook. And trust me, there's quite a bit. By the way, the thumbnail is this mound. Sutter's Butte. Oh, he's very close to Sacramento. Come on. See, isn't that weird? Okay, I don't want to insult that person, but it's right north of you in the Central California. Okay, now I'm ready to share my screen because I have that ready in topographic. It's so beautiful. Where's that?
This is supposedly in the Grand Canyon, and if true, like Wawawewa, right? And
I got a couple
one
pictures
of
like
those
that
ones.
too. Okay, here I'm opening up. So my thumbnail was the heart-shaped mound. Now I don't believe for a second that was a real thing back then. That's Utah when I bet.
Uh-oh, I was talking, but I was muted. I don't know if you heard that, but trying to show, hopefully it didn't crash, some electrolysis experiments going on, both live between, I guess there's Bert, or Ernie, and Bert is to the left of Ernie there. But more so, look at this one. Look at the different exclusion zone lines of the plasmid material clouds, and just so majestic. And the self-organization of the plasmid materials, these monoatomic elements, GANs, ORMUS, known as, also called mana. But we will be diving much deeper into that in 2025. Shout out to Steve Ellswick at Tesla Tech. I'm going to try to make it that when I go down to Stig, that I also make it, so it'd be August, to make it to Tesla Tech in Albuquerque, in New Mexico, with the amazing Steve Ellswick. And if you haven't yet watched my recent alchemy presentation for Steve, that is definitely a good one. I actually love them. And if you haven't seen Bob Greenier's Tesla Tech stream last Sunday, definitely one to check out and watch. And hopefully we'll be having Bob back on, but definitely we'll be having Malcolm Bendel on in January as well. Alien scientist, Zertis. We're going to be doing Zertis right away. Talking about the first crypto meme coin AI project that we will be launching, and it's more than a meme coin. Have utility. It's going to have AI in like structure and integration, where it's like it's going to be these themed AI amalgamative information and art creation bots. It's hard to put into words. I'll be doing a stream just showing examples and explaining it more in depth right away, and should have both Certus and Paranoid American together in on that for our first one and making it happen. And yeah, I mean business. Get on the meme bus. And it is a meme business. The meme bus is going to be the first meme coin. The second meme coin I'm going to do is Poo USD meme. And it is a meme coin launched for the purpose of the aka proof of ownership US dollar stable crypto coin, and it's going to be the first RWA being real world asset, and this is a class of crypto that has the largest and most promising growth in market cap to happen, because it's literally real world assets that are being taken and tokenized, turned into these digital assets. So you're just connecting actual physical property of the real world asset and then putting it, and that the proof of ownership project, aka poop coin, that I am doing is about proving physical onboarding physical US dollars onto the blockchain, and thus issuing a digital crypto US dollar stable coin, aka a POO USD, for every physical dollar that you scan onto the blockchain and then just keep. And it's an intricate yet very simple method of self custody of the ultimate DeFi, because everybody will then any physical cash you're onboarding onto it, creating a digital copy on the crypto ledger blockchain that you are able to then leverage, lend, do whatever you want to do, or purchase or invest in this, or just save and stake it right of the crypto digital economy. And it's revolutionary. Poo USD by the Poop Coin project. It will change the world, make 2025 the year that the whole world gets to hear about USD. And well, I don't, nothing's financial advice, but we will be launching the second meme coin, will be the Poo USD meme. A billion issued. It's literally just a shit coin. There is nothing backing it. It is not a real world asset, but it has the purpose of raising awareness, generating a community, a meme market, and the financing of the next actual stage of a real world asset, Poop coin Alchemist coin project, which will also be a proof of ownership project, where you are able to take your physical gold or your physical silver that you own and then create a digital real world tokenized asset of it onto the blockchain. There's actually several different projects already doing this on the Stellar ledger and a couple more, but that those ones are centralized. Those ones are banks doing it and stuff. Once again, my proof of ownership project, the only real world asset project that is physically backed dollar for dollar, ounce for ounce, DeFi to any individual in the world that KYCs, verifies who you are, and thus you're putting and saving your own physical cash, gold, and silver, and keeping your physical custody of it. Thus, if the whole thing, Bitcoin's worth nothing because if everything collapses, it's not there. Well, your assets of your gold and your silver and your cash will still be there. So this project, Poop Coin project, CryptoAlchemist project, is the only crypto project that will survive a reset. And it's like anyways, enough of that. It's both a meme, but we're gonna meme this into reality and make it a $1 trillion market cap by 2030. All right, so 2025, let's get a market cap of at least a couple million. $1,000,000 while saving it and holding custody ownership of it, and then lending it and investing it into the broader crypto digital economic internet Web3 market. Okay, that's enough of that. We're an hour and a half in. Happy 2025, everyone. I have to be up and working in 5.5 hours, 4.5 hours. Oh my God. All right. I need to get to bed. But if you want more of me and more of what we've done in 2024 and what's ideas of what will come in 2025, you can check out my previous live streams, hundreds of them with just hundreds of amazing different guests and topics in science and occult and esoteric subjects and research. And there's a video for everyone in there. And until then, wishing everyone a blessed New Year. Tom, until then.
Look at me. What do you see? Pineapple, I'm a pineapple, pineapple, I'm a pineapple, pineapple, I'm a pineapple, pineapple, I'm a pineapple, I'm sweet. I got a beat. Just look at me. What do you see? Pineapple, I'm a pineapple, pineapple, I'm a pineapple, pineapple, I'm a pineapple, pineapple, I'm a pineapple. You crazy mother. Yeah.
It's just burning.
You crazy mother. Yeah.
It's just Bernie!
Hey, Bernie, just like last week, huh?
Weekend at Bernie's.